I don't really have much to say. I was wondering about if I even remember how to record longer installations. I used to do this all the time, almost every day. And now I'm in the habit of trying to get myself to talk and complete a thought in less than a minute, to varying degrees of satisfaction and success. Which, how do you even gauge that? Do I gauge success by how well it's received or perceived or looked at by other people? And how much are they actually paying attention to? And what are they paying attention to? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm guessing most of my audience is not like me. And because I am part of the 1% of neurologists, neurology, the makeup of thought patterns that describe, but do not define, personality and identity, and how I interpret and translate the world. So I only hope that the people that may have some sort of instinct or intuition for what I'm talking about, or even relate to it in the slightest, are forgiving of my transgressions and inabilities to coherently describe the universe I live in. So I try not to be too melancholy and sound too sad, lonely, and depressed, because everything is within my ability to make adjustments for and account for. I just don't either want to or know how or can't get about it. For want of time or energy or fear or hesitance to make changes because of unknowns. Because whatever it is I do affects other people. And I don't want to make mistakes, and I don't want to lead anyone on, and because they'll think I'm like somebody else who I'm not. Because they'll just see a person that they just figure, based on how I look and how I talk. It takes a while for people to figure out that for themselves, because I can't tell them. They have to figure it out for themselves, and then make some sort of peace with it, or something. There's like stages that people go through of realization and actualization, and they just have to figure out for themselves that I have different moods, and they're normal to me, and I cannot present the same person to the same degree at all times on demand. I don't think anybody can. It doesn't matter your neurology. But for me, it's just, I just, every day is just kind of its own individual stress. And I have known stresses, familiar stresses, almost comfortable stresses. Like I have an idea of what that's about, and I can avoid it, or try to lessen it in intensity or duration, or my exposure to it. But sometimes I cannot avoid it entirely, so I just have to deal with it. And a lot of my life, that is my experience, is just dealing with it, being forced to, for lack of alternative, because I wasn't given an alternative. I wasn't shown other ways. I was expected to be normal, act normal, do normal, follow the normal procedures and protocols for my station in life, my assigned personality, assigned physique and what I'm supposed to do. As far as like, having a family, raising children, those sorts of things, which I never did. And I guess I just never met the right person. I was, I had other things on my mind. And even in these past few years, discovering this new identity and getting to know myself for the first time, it's like, what is progress? It's hard to pin down. People could look at my life from the outside and just think, what is he doing? He's just doing nothing, just wasting time, wasting his own time. He doesn't have anything to show for it. I don't know. That's why one of the reasons I write, it's evidence of something. It's more than nothing. It's evidence of something. And it doesn't have to be good enough for anybody else. It just has to be good enough for me. Because I don't really have anything to prove. Because I can't prove it. It's like whatever contentment or satisfaction or happiness I have or experience, I couldn't relate it. I couldn't describe it. I couldn't prove it. I have no evidence. Except for the fact that I'm here. That's it. That's the best I can do. I can give no other testimony. And in the writing and recordings, they don't seem happy, a lot of it. And that's just honest, because I'm not happy a lot of the time. And I know that I'm far happier than how I used to be all the time. There's just no evidence of it. There's nothing written either. But I know from living it that I was not happy for a long time. That's part of the reason how I got to where I am now. And I know I'm also happier the less I think about whether or not I'm happy. So there is that. And I don't have to prove myself to anybody to be how it is the way I am. So, I don't know. A life in solitude, a life in solitary, these are topics I've been thinking about how to talk about. We return you to your regularly scheduled program of solitary, already in progress. So, I don't know. This is my life. This is how it is. I don't know how to do it better, except for to do whatever it is I already am doing to the best of my ability, at my own detriment and risk of perceived failures. And that just has to be enough, because that's all there is. There is no more. And, yeah. So, anyway, that's all I got. And this shirt's kind of wrinkled and everything, but I don't care. It does not matter. I'm not here to win over or persuade or convince or do much of anything. This is for posterity, and whether or not even upload this is... I guess I wanted to see if I could talk at length again and be okay with talking at length. Whether or not I post it, I don't know, because, I don't know, people might actually watch a little bit of it, and I don't know how I feel about that. So, because I don't know who's watching, and that's kind of okay, and that's kind of not okay. And because I feel like I should at least, you know, dress up a little bit, or, you know, be somewhat entertaining or something. But I really shouldn't, because I need to. I'm not qualified to be anything other than how it is I am. And if that's interesting and other people want to see that, that's on them. Because this is just for me, to let me know that I exist. This is my sounding board. And it doesn't really matter if anybody gets it, or anybody cares, or anybody watches. This is how I let myself know that I'm real. I exist. And even if this goes away, gets taken down, or otherwise deleted, I still have the feeling, in this instance, now, that I did something, more than nothing. And I didn't save the world, I didn't... But it's got to mean something. Maybe it doesn't. And that's okay too. Now, if I believe that, I'm doing good. It's tough. But then I did buy myself a tree today, and the sun just came out. So, I don't know. I don't have anything inspirational to say, and I don't have anything to close on. But I can see that the sun is reflecting, and it was a nice day out. And for the record here, because I probably will post this, I'm at 871 miles of my 1,000-mile run, and it's November 29th of 2022. I'm going to have made it. I just don't know it yet. I'm going to have been okay. I just don't know it yet. So I owe it to myself to keep going, keep trying. Never mind the never minds. Nevermore. It's not a touchscreen.